everyone. A very warm welcome to another exciting episode of Psychology Talks. And today we're going to discuss a very important topic, that is, leadership begins where chaos ends. And we are joined by Dr. Oleg Konovalov. He's often called the Da Vinci of Visionary Leadership. And he has spent decades of helping organizations across the globe uncertainty into clarity and action. And he has transformed the uncertainty into the clarity and action through his leadership, through his voice, through his guidance. He's also an author of Beyond Chaos, which is recently he published this book, and several other groundbreaking work on leadership and organization psychology. He is recognized on Thinker 50 and the Global Guru Top 30 in Leadership. Oleg is widely regarded as one of the top leadership coaches in the world. And today we're going to discuss about this, especially the topic of chaos. And why it is important, because if you look around, the world is in kind of a chaos these days. But before even we start this, have you ever wondered that what chaos is? Chaos is something that when your amygdala is in the action and you're either on the fight or flight mode, when you think that there is a danger and you need to either run or you need to prepare yourself to fight, in that moment, your mind doesn't work. And when your mind doesn't work, you are on the hyper state without any thinking. And just imagine having a leader who's in this chaos, then the team will be in the chaos. In those moments, one needs to take back some calmness to continue true leadership. And that's exactly we're going to discuss with Dr. Oleg. So let's welcome Dr. Oleg. Welcome, Dr. Oleg. Thank you so much for joining us. It's really an honor.
Ambreen, first of all, I'm grateful for your contribution to the book. And I'm really honored to be on your show because I regard you as one of the brightest minds in psychology and actually just helping people. So, thank you.
Thank you so much for your kind words. Seriously, it's really an honor. And I was looking forward to our discussion because I know that you are the expert on this topic, and this is much needed to be discussed. As I said, that the world is actually in chaos these days, and one needs to know that how to actually take back the control and stay in calmness to lead in a better way. So anyways, I gave a little bit of introduction, but tell us a bit about yourself. Tell us about yourself, that how you started your journey and why you're so passionate about this.
Well, I spent years in a real business, right? And there are so many issues these days which in practical way must be solved. So what I do, I'm looking for grand solutions to grand problems. My field is vision and visionary leadership, which is like a pinnacle of leadership. And one of the, so striking issues, I found that less than 0.1% of modern leaders have really true, strong vision. Okay, and I was using a reverse engineering logic. Why? Because appeared that they don't have clarity to create that vision. Okay, what stops them from having clarity? Then they realize we know very little about clarity. We're using it as a so common word that people even taking it for granted without understanding what's the nature of it, how to turn it into something productive. But why people have difficulty with clarity, and here faced chaos. So therefore, and I've started looking at it, and that's appeared to be some kind of a so interesting field. It's an extreme. It's very opposite to vision, because vision is a shiny pinnacle where chaos is kind of a darkness, right? But it all begins, you must get yourself out of there. and it was historically a norm.
Yeah.
Well, but the more changes we are facing, the more chaos we are ingrediing into our minds, and
Yeah.
that is a challenge. So it's a big issue these days. And whatever I interviewed people from many countries, you included,
Mhm.
so Saudi Arabia, UK, Turkey, Slovenia, Canada, USA, Russia. So from many countries, people of amazing level, amazing bright minds. The issue is huge,
Yeah.
and it's very. This issue is particularly critical for young generation
Yeah.
because as parents or as older generation, we are fusing them with our chaos. You know, we're
Yeah.
infecting them, not infusing, infecting them. So
Yeah.
that's the issue. That's the reason why I looked at it.
Yes, I think that you just explained it so well that it's as a parent or even as a, like I would say, a bit of, yeah, I think I'm back. We are having some internet issues here, but I think I'm back. So yeah, I was just sorry for this.
We're in 21st century. We're okay. We're the victims of technologies.
Yes, yes, happens sometimes. We just can't avoid it. So, anyways, I think we are back. It's somehow nowadays there's so much. I don't know what's the problem. Otherwise, our internet was really good, but they sometimes
No,
it
no.
really glitches. So, anyways, yeah, you defined it so well. But anyways, like coming back to the topic,
I don't know. Well, I will probably continue
okay,
on this.
okay. So, were you able to hear, or maybe I think I'll repeat. I think it's back
Yes,
now.
please repeat.
So,
You know, yeah.
okay. So yeah, I was asking why you call yourself Vinci of Leader. First of all, tell us that why you called the Vinci of Leader, Visionary Leadership.
Oh,
What
we're looking
separates
at
the visionary leaders and traditional leaders?
Ambrin. You see, we traditional leadership assumes how good we are today and how we are
Yeah,
good today about others. More or less, we traditional leadership these days is more like kind of a pleasership, how good we are.
yeah,
It's not leadership.
yeah,
Leaders are responsible for tomorrow. Therefore, I don't need to have a clarity for today. I need to have a clarity for tomorrow. I don't need to have a vision for today as such. I need a vision for a future. And this is my responsibility, being a leader, to lead people into the future and give them a clear direction and explain them what we're supposed to do and where we're going to be and how people will benefit from this future. And that is about visionary leadership. So it's not about how good we are today. We're all ideal for today. We're all perfect for today.
yeah,
But how good we are going to be tomorrow, that's the most important thing. You mentioned that about raising kids. And this is a very serious issue because our kids are brilliant today. We love them.
yeah,
But what worries us, how good they will be tomorrow, because tomorrow reality,
yeah,
even we are afraid of it. So we're trying to
yes,
give as much as possible knowledge or skills or personal traits for them to be sufficiently good for that tomorrow challenges.
yeah,
That is about visionary leadership. So to that extent, people parents must be visionary leaders for own kids. And
Yeah,
that's
very true.
quite a serious issue because these days people talk about vision as some kind of a statement. No, it's a space. It's a space in which we are inviting people to live. It's like little planet on this planet. We would live
Mhm.
differently. We would live better there.
Yeah. So it's like, as you said, that it's all about having that vision of future, right? So it's
Yeah.
not just living in the present time and just raising the kids, or even if for the leaders or as a corporate environment, we need to have a vision ahead. We need to see that what's coming ahead instead of like, be comfortable in our current position. So just want to ask that
I will
how,
give you, Ambrin, I will bring
yeah.
you a simple example.
Mhm.
I took it from a little son, right?
Yeah.
And the reason is very simple because art reflects a space. Vision is a space, and every facet of that cube is a promise of a value and so function of that vision. So
Mhm.
it's not like statement. Think of a
Yeah.
difference. Being
Yeah.
married or living in a happy family. Being married, it's a status, it's a point, it's a
Yeah.
statement. It's
Yeah.
a promise of I will be nice, but who is nice? When we talk about happy family, we're talking about that happy space where both spouses are adding in, and then they growing their kids in a way that they're adding value to that space, and therefore they're creating that space of where they're great together. The same in the company, the same in every business. You must create a space.
Yeah. So having that space help us vision to have clear vision, right? That's what
Yes,
you're saying.
yes.
Okay. And so how can we create that space? What do you think that what are the necessary steps that we need to take to create that space where people can have that clear vision of the future?
First of all, as I already mentioned, you must have a clarity because vision comes when your conscious awareness of a problem that you want to solve for the benefit of others reaches its peak. So you must have that clarity. First of
Mhm.
all, you must think differently. It's a different mindset
Yeah.
in terms of you're creating a space. You're not just giving empty promises. You're not a political leader. You are a leader who makes a difference for people,
Yeah.
and therefore you're making it very different because vision as we equals value as we. So vision means what kind of value you offer.
Yeah.
And that's one of the most also challenging questions for today's leaders because they're very good at numbers,
Yes.
brilliant at numbers, right? But if you ask them, okay, what kind of value you deliver for people, can you see it like in 5 bullet points? And they're just like, I need to think. So it takes them just like a process.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're saying that it's basically they have again the current dilemma. I think you're saying, especially with the AI and everything, that information and data is so much available on the fingertips, but we lack the real insight. Right? We don't know that how to make real sense of the data and how to make sense of the information. And I often say that that it's so easy to read books or have information, but again, like no one can give you wisdom unless you relate that information to the real life. So I think that is what is missing, right?
You, I love talking to you every time because every
Thank you.
time you're getting to the just like very important point. And as you rightly said, you see, we need wise leaders. I don't need leader who is great at AI,
Yeah.
because wisdom will get me from here to there, where AI only shows what was relevant yesterday. Because AI
Yes.
can't provide me with information about tomorrow. We
Yes.
need that intuition, we need that vision, we need that psychological strength,
Yeah.
ability to look forward. And that's
Yeah.
a very different aspects. So what we're missing in modern leadership, wisdom.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you for
Absolutely.
pointing this.
Thank you so much. So, especially like you also brought a very good point here that it's like AI can just guide us or gives us just the information or something. So, and you also said that we need to have that psychology to understand that what's happening around it. So, in your opinion, how does the psychology plays a role to shape effective leadership?
I'll give you a simple example.
Yeah.
If we talk from a point of view of chaos,
Hmm.
we're only humans, right? We have certain limits or limits of our capacities.
Yeah.
We are bounded to process about 30,000 reactions a day, like
Mm.
signals, different signals, and we're processing them. Noise, data, whatever, just like visuals, whatever we're just facing. But as soon as we're
Yeah.
getting over that 30,000 reactions a day,
Hmm.
our mind is not coping anymore,
Yeah.
right? So it gets into this slippery mode, more or less. It's
Hmm.
just like simply gets into this mode of survival.
Yeah.
And that is pure psychology in a sense, what we can do and what we can't do. I had very interesting conversations with psychotherapists, psychologists, and what we were talking about, how you could help someone who have difficulty with mental health or have difficulty because of burnout
Yeah.
or those psychological difficulties
Yeah.
because of these days corporate job is not as easy as
Hmm.
we assume, or even
Yeah.
being owner of a small business, it's
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
And what happens? So, doctors trying to impact the physiological part of our body,
Mm.
brain. They're giving tablets, and those tablets are good for your brain, but we have no tablets for our mind. But
Yeah.
brain is only a processor, right?
Yeah.
We need to have a healthy, strong mind, clear of that rubbish
Mm.
that would command to our brain what to do. But if
Yeah.
our mind is affected,
Hmm.
we don't have
Yeah.
any limits. Therefore, it's purely own self-development work.
Yeah.
Get out of that trouble.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
it's pure psychology. It's
Yeah.
psychology. It's not just surviving or bursting into tears, I'm in trouble. No, no, no. It's
Yeah.
psychology because it has pattern, it has you could recognize and you get out of it. But it gets to the level from a personal level
Hmm.
to the level of families, and then it goes to corporate level, society
Yeah.
level. It's big.
Yeah.
It's a,
It creates a ripple effect that it doesn't disturb, and it's I actually just posted today that these like emotions also like kind of contagious, right? So
oh yeah.
even if the leaders are in a like chaotic mind, they're gonna actually create the chaos in the environment. But in the same way, if they are not chaotic and they have this calmness, they're gonna have the right team and lead the team in the right way. Yeah.
Ambreen, it's very simple, and you are absolutely right. Because what they have in their mind, they communicate to outside. If
Yeah.
they have clarity, they communicate clarity. If they have
Yeah.
chaos, they communicate chaos. Another part of this psychological aspect, and I was shocked initially when I faced this fact, and I
Hmm.
was talking to this famous psychotherapist from Harvard, and they say, relax. These days we are facing a serious issue, and they have a special term for it, drama addiction. I said, what?
Well,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah. Just like, because, hey, I have gone from being a second engineer on a deep sea trawlers to a CEO position. I know how to face storm. I lived it like in Arctic. So I have enough adrenaline in my life. Therefore, I'm just, why do I have that drama addiction?
Yes.
Appeared that more than 76% of today's leaders, they have chaos in thinking. So more than three quarters. Many of them are drama addicted. They love that drama. So they're walking through the office door and they say, huh, you need to do this. So they're commanding and in a way to make others addicted to that chaos.
Yeah.
And that's psychological, huge psychological issue. I have experience with working with one of the such guys. It was tough.
Yes, I can understand. And it's, I think you actually point out so rightly here that people are drama addicted because they create their own drama and they think that they are the victim of, of this drama. And then they create all the fuss around it that, oh my God, what's happening? So they actually create all the fuss and then they said, like, now they blame everyone else too, that they made it and everything. And
Yeah.
this is such a big dilemma these days. You're absolutely right.
The issue, as I said, is fairly, fairly serious.
Yes,
Just like very, very serious.
that's true. So I want to ask that how to actually gain clarity in that moment when everything is going like wrong, or I would say that or everything is going chaotic, because especially when we look at the brain, as even I was telling in the beginning, that in that situation when we face chaos, our amygdala is in the in charge, and our frontal lobe is not empowered. So we are not in the moment of thinking rationally, because when there is a chaos we think that there is a danger and we need to either fight or flight. So how to maintain clarity and calmness during that chaos?
Ambrin, first of all, as many people are addicted to chaos, they believe that chaos is their comfort zone. They don't understand
Yeah.
how good to be beyond chaos. So they're not thinking about clarity unless they're facing huge losses because of that chaos.
Mm,
Because chaos takes a huge toll. Financial losses, psychological losses,
yeah,
losses in the team, all kind of problems.
yeah,
And actually, even came up with chaos impact pyramid, and when I just finished it, I was shocked myself because the cost we're paying is huge for this,
hmm,
huge. So when someone decides, okay, I need to have clarity, chaos is a norm, clarity is an achievement. Therefore, you must create clarity because clarity is never given to us
yeah,
unless you're working on a factory floor. You have a clear instruction: work from like 9 to 5 and do so many spare parts or produce so many units. That's it. It's fairly. But if as soon as you're getting into a bit higher level,
yeah,
you must create clarity, and this is a process. This is a framework algorithm, and what's interesting, this algorithm is counterintuitive, counter emotional to chaos, because chaos gets us into trouble to change mental models all the time. We're not coping with this. It's a friction of conflicting energies and rhythms. So we're in this hustle. What happens? First, we have huge difficulty with pausing for intentional silence because we're always in a rush and chaos
yeah,
pushes us. Do it now, now, now,
yeah,
now, more, more, more. So we are in a rat race and we
yes,
have difficulty to stop. Even I know few people who saying, I do meditation. I say, what's the point? Why do you do these meditation sessions? What's the point? Oh, just to relax. I say,
mm,
okay. Is it about clearing up your mind or is just a trendy thing to do?
Yeah.
That comes because you need to be very conscious, counter emotional. Okay, chaos makes me weak, but you see, I need to find that moment of silence where my thoughts would meet with solutions.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they wouldn't meet. You're always in
Yeah.
a rush. So the solution is there and you're passing by, just like,
Yes. Yeah.
so no chance to meet. And
Yeah.
again, another thing is people believe because, and specifically when I was talking to young people, they believe we don't have any opportunities. The world is big, but we're lost. They see chaos, but look at the chaos as some kind of very murky, cloudy, foggy stuff. Hey, everything has a pattern, right?
Yeah.
But chaos clouds your mind, but you need to look and see every pattern has certain gaps. And
Yeah.
you're looking for the gaps as a sign for some kind of an opportunity to do something, create something, or grow into a certain way. So then, what is chaos? It's completely unstructured life around us that we're getting into our minds. Therefore,
Yeah.
you must make your thoughts structured.
Yeah.
It's like I have analogy. If you think of a beautiful dance, it always
Mhm.
has a pattern. One, two,
Yes.
three, 1, 2, 3. So
Yeah.
structure it, and then it will be beautiful. But when chaos is making a
Yeah.
mess around us, it's unstructured. Therefore, look, I could do this 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
and that would be the way out of it. Then you must simplify things because chaos is complication of everything. You can't beat
Yeah.
chaos by overcomplicated overcomplicating complexity.
Yeah.
You must simplify. So it's counterintuitive, counterlogical.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
we used to say an art of small steps when we
Mhm.
introduce something. No, it's an art of simple steps. Because
Okay.
when things are simple, you could talk to your family, you could talk to your team in the office. Guys, we will do those simple steps. And we will do this, and we're
Yeah.
getting gradually out of it. We must be true to self, so authentic. Because you can't create clarity from a point of view of wearing a mask, trying to
Yeah.
be nice to everyone. Psychology is about treating bended identity,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Put it that
Yeah.
way. This way, if I'm getting back to understand who am I and who I want to be, I'm true to myself. So it's
Yeah.
authenticity. And a very big element is thinking forward. Nothing is there. Everything is
Yeah.
in the future, but people are afraid to look at it. And one of these elements that's important, it's not just about thinking into the future. It's standing at a very different point.
Yeah.
Think the past is ego. Whatever I have done
Yeah.
before, oh, it was great, but it's my ego. The present is humility because we're still on that burning platform. We don't know what's going on now, and we're just like sitting on a frying pan. But
Yes. Yeah.
the future is our pride. Therefore, I could create more. I could do more. Having clarity, having vision, I could do much greater things. Therefore, I need to look into the future, not because I recommend this, because you have a greater chance to do much greater things
Yeah.
tomorrow. And therefore look at it from different angle. But that framework is called passat. So pose, abundance of opportunities, structured thinking, simplicity, authenticity, and thinking forward. Passat.
Wow, wow, love this. I absolutely love this. Like you explain the entire process so beautifully that we cannot have that clarity unless we stay in that chaotic time. And I really love that. I but when you said that is that people actually seek or stay in chaos because they think that it's their comfort zone, right? Because
You
they think that
remember,
yes,
Ambreen,
yeah,
when we were talking about when you contributed to this book yourself,
yeah,
ah, this is the book Beyond Chaos.
yeah, it's
So when you
must
contribute,
read,
you
yeah,
remember it was very important part of our conversation. It's about
yeah,
social stigma because
yeah,
these days, particularly young people, they believe that they must follow every trend. They might follow every Instagram or whatever TikTok.
yeah,
So they're swiping, 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 and if you are not following every trend, you are not good. You're having
yeah,
like social
exactly,
stigma. No, 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 no.
yeah,
So more or less, if I'm saying, guys, I don't have a TV at home because I don't want to follow those news, you know, or something that brainwashes me.
yes,
I'm not trendy. Do I care?
yeah,
No.
yeah, yeah. That's that's very important that we need to stay to disconnect ourselves, which actually stop us from seeking the clarity. That's one thing that's really we need to understand. Oh, and we
Yes.
need to practice regularly. That it's not if we stay in the chaos and just follow the trends and follow what other people are saying, like we will be part of the chaos. It's time that we need to disconnect ourselves and then seek the calmness. And as you said, that we need to keep
Yeah.
the vision in the future. I think that's how.
Again, you see, what is clarity, right? It's
Yeah,
knowing where to go, what to do.
yeah,
What is clarity is a shareable leadership resource. If I
hmm,
have clarity, I could share with my team. We need less resources. We know where to go. Our strategy is perfect and it's perfectly
hmm,
executed. We're not jerking around. We're all aligned, right? So it's shareable resource. It's a big thing.
yeah,
But what
yeah,
happens these days?
yeah,
Because of that external noise, which we're allowing into our minds, we tend to consume a lot of information, but our attention span is down below zero.
yeah,
And in that huge gap, we need to have that clarity that we will be focused on specific things, which would be, it's more or less, is instead of loving one wife, you are trying to please 30 women. It doesn't work.
yes, absolutely. Yes, you're so right in that. So you just say that what do you think that what are the some common mistakes in the companies that make when trying to implement the vision driven strategies, and where do they go wrong in that? Like although they have this, they try to implement all those strategies, but what are the mistakes they do?
I'm just like processing
Yes.
because the list is fairly long, to be
Yeah.
honest. The first one is people consider vision as some kind of a statement where I said, no, it's a space. And you must be very good at creating that space of value,
Hmm.
right? Even if someone is a, like CEO is bright and so forth, it's not about vision is a common understanding how the future would look like and how we'll benefit from it. Therefore,
Right.
you must make others visionaries and co-owners of that vision, where how much people on the factory floor know about vision and strategy which was created in the boardroom. Not
Yes.
so the team is not engaged there. They know nothing about it. They don't see any value for themselves because
Hmm.
they're not involved, and so it's not communicated. Again, it's vision often created in terms like a very shiny, bright object,
Yeah.
but with no actual outcome. But vision is very pragmatic. It's the most investable asset
Yeah.
because you could build everything around it. You
Hmm.
know, and you need little or less resources to create vision rather than to chase that bright object. You have kids, and you
Yes.
surely watched this famous cartoon, The Ice Age, where
Yeah.
squirrel is chasing the acorn at the cost of ruining entire world. It's like chasing that bright object.
Mm,
No vision, but it sounds great. No, no, no. Vision is a space, and it's for everyone. So the
yeah.
list is fairly huge.
Yeah.
Uh, therefore,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, tap on this. I'll give you an example. This because you have kids, and I have mine, right?
Mhm.
Lego. I
Yeah.
believe you pay quite a decent money to have a few Legos in
Yes.
our house, right?
Yes.
How
A
many
lot.
times do you step on those little parts?
Yes.
And
Yes.
you just like, yeah.
Yes.
So, when Gottfried Christensen, he was a son of the Lego founder, he was rebuilding the factory and putting into that monitoring, and it was beginning of 50s. He was calling his team like 2 o'clock after midnight on a phone and asking what's the company vision, because he believed if people know what's a vision whilst they're asleep, they will do it
Mm.
perfectly when they're in office.
Wow.
So
That's
it was a crucial task for him to infuse everyone with a clear understanding of that vision, being everyone involved. Now we see where Lego is.
yes. I think that's really profound that you actually shared. This is really amazing. So,
Yeah.
I see that that you have written several books, especially like the new one is the Beyond Chaos.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about this new book. That what inspired you to write this book?
Well, as I said, it's about finding grand solution to grand problem. We're
Mm,
living the we're so good at naming chaos or giving it different names like crisis,
yeah.
risk, turmoil, and it's all the level. But crisis is outside, chaos is inside. Is inside of us. Even on my website, OlegKonovalov.com, people could find chaos in thinking scorer. So and understand what's going on in their minds. It's
Mhm.
not for me to judge, it's for them to self evaluate. And when I realized that this problem affects our progress in terms of leadership instead of
Mhm.
human development and uh, strategically, it
Mhm.
undermines everything. Therefore, I looked at it. And it took me more than 2 years because first it was important to understand what chaos is.
Yeah.
Because chaos has three multipliers: noise, fear, uncertainty. So, what's the nature? How to express it, in normal human language, not just
Mhm.
like academia, scientific, complicated language,
Yeah.
pretending that I'm the smartest in the room. No, no, no. Just
Yeah.
like to make it digestible for everyone, a
Mhm.
young person or mature executive. So it was quite a journey, and I'm not writing books about something just like interesting.
Mhm.
I'm getting probably older, and I'm realizing that it's for me it's critical to work on something which is important rather than interesting.
Yeah.
And when I realized that chaos is very important, I put all my effort into it. And then
Mhm.
it came clarity. So, and then it was field tested, my approach, because I have training programs and things like that on this. And even it was clinical trials. Because psychology says, no, 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 we want to have a clinical trial. If your framework works, we will take it. So now they are taking it.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah, it's very interesting. And I also want to ask that, you actually, it's not only your book is really insightful, and it's not only that you have shared your work only. You also get, like, get a lot of contributors. Like, as you said, that it's around
Yeah.
like 39 people that you just. So
Yeah.
what actually inspired you to actually take the contribution from different people in your book?
Ambrin, I know nothing, right? One thing, because knowledge is not something that you could put everything into one. Knowledge it's about how to different people could process their experiences and to how to put it into practical actions or practical outcomes, tips, ideas, suggestions. It's therefore it's nothing about what I know. My experience allows me to evaluate. Aha, that's important. That's critical, and therefore it's not about just calling someone I know for years and he is just like a great person. No, no, no. I need specific how you I could help, or with your assistance, how I could help others. Therefore, I need every knowledge. It's like old saying: you need a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
I need that village of the smartest people to reveal that phenomenon and put it to practical solution. Therefore, it's not taking some kind of cases which are
Yeah.
non-relevant, but talking people who've been through this. And because I talk to military guys, psychotherapists, CEOs, chief HR officers, so people who lost their houses, who lost their businesses, who faced challenges, you know,
Yeah.
imagine even a simple example. This famous company, American Express, not many people are aware that in 2008 it was on the brink of bankruptcy and
Oh.
it was in a full turmoil. So, like, literally, it was like tomorrow we're bankrupt, or we're supposed to submit documents about
Mm.
bankruptcy. But
Yeah.
Ken Snell and Kevin Cox, CEO and Chief HR Officer, they took it out of the chaos. They created that clarity, and they now we looking at American Express as some kind of an icon.
Yeah.
But they've been through this, and of course, I need that experience. I need to talk to people, to everyone, how they see it.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's not therefore, look, I'm grateful for every contribution to this
Yeah.
book because it allowed me to make a step further, to make it to look deeper.
Yes, that's and your book is amazing. I think every leader must read the book because it provides a lot of actionable insights and it gives a lot of clarity that how one can achieve. Uh,
Ambrin, let God hear your words.
uh,
One of the first questions in my form, the chaos and thinking scorer form, is:
mm,
can you read 15 pages of the book without interruption?
yes,
Because these days, people have difficulty to holding one thought for more than 10 seconds,
yes,
right? They have difficulty reading even just like 10 pages in one go without being interrupted.
mm,
So it's all about chaos in our minds because we're jumping everywhere. We can't catch everything.
yes.
That's difficult.
Yes, I think that's a big challenge that you have actually shared because I know that we read, but is it really that we can actually sit at one quiet place and read at least 10 to 15 pages
Yeah, put
without
our
interruption?
minds into
Yeah,
it, get
yeah,
something, process it.
yeah,
And another thing, someone, you could talk to someone. Did you watch this movie? Yes. Or did you read this book? Yes. Also, what you have gained out of it? Oh, it
yeah,
was nice. No, 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 no.
yes,
Can you come with bullet points? That I gained
yes,
something out of it because people just like scanning, but they're not reading or
yes.
watching. They're just scanning.
Yes, yes, very important point, very important. I know that we can go on and on, but the time is limited. So before I actually close the show, I would just ask you that what one piece of advice would you like to give to our audience today, that who to the emerging leader that who feel overwhelmed with the pace and this complexity of this modern business world?
You're in command, right? You are not a victim of that chaos. You're in command. As soon as you're creating clarity, you're becoming free. And when you're becoming free, because you have clarity, you
Yeah.
know where to go, you're not jerking around, you are gaining a tremendous ability to think big. What
Mm,
stops people from thinking big? They're
yeah.
not prepared to act big because they're just like in that chaos. And
Yeah.
therefore, if you're gaining clarity, you're becoming free, you're thinking big, you're acting big, you are successful.
Yes, I think this is so simple but very difficult to do. I know it's but if they do it, of course their life will be changed. So, anyways, just tell our audience that if they want to reach out to you, what is the best medium to actually reach out to you?
I'm mainly on LinkedIn. Of
Okay.
course, my website, olegkonovalov.com, and there is a contact form. I'm happy to respond.
Yeah.
And Ambrin, I'm fairly, quick in my responses on
Yeah.
LinkedIn. Yes, I do have like Instagram or YouTube, just like, but LinkedIn is probably,
The best. Yeah.
yeah, is the best in this sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think anyway, so whoever is listening to our show or watching the live or recording, please get in touch with Dr. Oleg if you have any, if you want to, take his services or want to know more about his work. And please, I would also recommend everyone to read his book, Beyond Chaos. It's amazing and it's really worth reading it. So please
Oh,
go order. It's on available on Amazon. So anyways, and thank you so much, Dr. Oleg. It was such a wonderful conversation. I really, really enjoyed it.
thank you. And I have an ask. Be kind to the author. If you're picking up the book, please leave a review. It's
Yeah,
important. Thank you
yeah.
very much.
Thank you. Thank
Ambrin,
you.
thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you.
you.